like to invite our next keynote speaker from Floki. His topic is how utility will shape the meme coin revolution. Ladies and gentlemen, if you may, please join me in welcoming on stage the Community Relations Officer, Pedro Vidal.
Back it up, back it in, let me begin. Back it up, back it in, let me begin.
Good morning. Thank you everybody for being out here. I know it's hot, but I promise you this presentation will absolutely be worth it. My name is Pedro Vidal. I'm the Community Relations Officer for Floki. Very proud to represent our community of over 600,000 strong. And today we're going to be discussing how utility will shape the meme coin revolution. Now, if you're in this conference, I'm sure you've heard of meme coins, and you may have a certain understanding of what they do, how popular they've become. Well, maybe you're not aware of the utility behind some of the projects. And by the end of my discussion with you today, I hope I've made a little bit of an impact on how you see meme coins that focus on utility. Now, meme coins have had a very interesting history, starting off as a joke. But when you look at the market caps for some of these projects, it's certainly nothing to laugh at. As a matter of fact, out of the top 150 projects in the world, over 14 are meme projects. We're going to have a chance to look at some that have no utility and those that offer quite a bit. And in the end, you can decide which has more of a promising future. Now, if we look at the historical trends of the meme coin industry, I think it's fair to say that there's an upward trend. Just look at the last 2 years alone. In 2024, we saw over $150 billion combined market cap. Not bad for the meme coin sector, considering how the market conditions were. But we've come a long way since 2013. When Dogecoin hit the stage, nobody really understood the impact that it could have. But the proof of concept proved to be very effective. We saw Dogecoin grow, and this ushered in Shiba Inu. After Shiba Inu, Floki came, and there was a series of other meme coins that now have transcended developer direct consumer relationships. Now we have governments and even presidents that saw on the previous screen. In 2025, the Trump coin came out, and now it has some utility based on access to a government leader. But where are we today, and where is this going? Now, meme coins are typically characterized as being humorous in nature, obviously having a strong community, low entry price, but absolutely driven by social media. And I think there's really no way of getting around that. If something's not popular, it may not be memeable. If it's memeable, there's a market for it. You see this in things that happen all over the world. Something new happens, there's a meme coin that comes out right after it. So it may be difficult to stay in tune to all the projects that come out. But no worries, I'm going to lay out my thesis and you'll be able to understand how important utility truly is when it's done correctly. Dogecoin ushered in the first generation of meme coins. Community hype, no utility promised, it didn't matter for them. And it became extremely popular and extremely relevant. Difficult to do. It's hard to be effective and relevant in the space. Some projects survive, others aren't so lucky. That's just a trade, unfortunately. Then Shiba Inu brought in the second revolution and generation of meme coins, which picked on the successes of Dogecoin, but added a little bit more utility. They didn't promise you the world, but they promised that they were going to do something different. Very, very popular as well. But now I'd like to focus and take you to the third generation of meme coins, brought to you by Floki. For those of you that may not be aware, community takeovers and CTOs is what everybody's talking about, alongside tokenization, AI, robotics. And that's a good place to start, to have an earnest conversation on where the industry is going. but Floki was the first community takeover. What does that mean? First developer rug pulled the project, second developer absconded with the funds, the community then rallied to create the Floki that we have today. Now, while this may be a nostalgic trip down memory lane, I promise it's for a reason. Becoming the first CTO comes with a great wealth of responsibility. Floki is governed by a DAO, which means the people have the power. They get to decide whether it be a staking program. Do we want to diversify? What partnerships should we take? Should we remove the transaction tax? All things that we're very, very proud of. But the utility found within Floki goes way, way beyond that. On the screen is the Floki ecosystem. Each and every one of these carries its own weight in terms of utility and an instrument for each of the users. Whether it's our token launcher and RWA tokenization model TokenFi, whether it's our flagship MMORPG, blockchain-based game Valhalla, or the most innovative token locker solution in the world for FlokiFi token locker. I wish we had more time, because I promise you, there's so much more that we do. But for the sake of today's presentation, I want you to understand the problems that Floki has tried to tackle. Once we became a CTO, and we did not want to be like every other meme project, we wanted to tackle the serious problems in blockchain. One of those was blockchain gaming, riddled with problems from faulty play-to-earn mechanics and unsustainable economy. So that's what we wanted to tackle first. If we could slay this giant, then we could firmly plant our flag that utility reigns supreme and our community deserves the very best. Again, it's Valhalla, our flagship MMORPG designed by Floki, for Floki, but for the entire Web3 community to enjoy. If you're unfamiliar with the stats of how massive this is, the gaming industry is bigger than the movie and music industry combined. The blockchain gaming industry merging with the traditional gaming industry is seismic shift. We wanted to be a leader. So we've earmarked $50 million to our treasury alone to be able to facilitate transactions in a game that's not only entertaining, but over 260 smart contracts within the game for you to have a fluid experience, enjoy your flavor of what you could do in the game. Obviously it's Viking themed. You'll have a chance to see a quick video very soon. You want to raid in the Viking ship with your clan members, you can do that. You want to work in the battle arena and have fun there, you can do that. Or if you simply want to meander through our metaverse that we created, you can do that. All with the ability to be able to earn while you play. I hope you enjoyed this video. Let's cue. Actual game footage. Blockchain game enhancing the experience for those that want to entertain blockchain gaming. There's a big divide in the gaming world on whether blockchain gaming should even exist. But we don't listen, we lead. That's our ethos. If you want to know more about the game, you can play it right now on testnet on Valhalla.game. The mainnet release of the game will be coming out this year. But it was important for our community to make sure that the world can understand that we want to make blockchain better than what we found it. But today's conversation isn't about gaming, it's about utility. And Valhalla is just one piece of the pie when it comes to our utility offerings. on the screen you'll be able to see the Floki trading bot. If you could rewind back to your experience when you started in crypto and you wanted to get into a trade, maybe you remember how odd it felt having to use a DEX and then you needed to allocate the right amount of slippage. Maybe you missed out on the trades that you really wanted to get into because the transaction failed. You no longer need to worry about that. Because again, we focus on offering utility and making sure that the experience of every Floki community member and users alike can take advantage. Because mind you, the trading bot is agnostic. Doesn't matter if you're a Bitcoin maxi or if you don't like our project, having a good trading bot is always a good idea. Now, there's many trading bots out there. I'd like to play this video and show you how ours is different.
Tired of missing out on the hottest token projects in Web3? Meet Floki Trading Bot, the simplest and fastest way to buy and manage tokens straight from Telegram. You can set snipe orders to catch opportunities in advance. Our one-of-a-kind solution protects your funds with military-grade security. Floki Trading Bot collaborates with high-profile projects to facilitate token airdrops, offering you exclusive tokens from some of the most exciting projects in the crypto space. Start trading now on Floki Trading Bot.
Now, making a cool video is always great for a presentation, but how does it work? Obviously, I'll give you my opinion. I suggest you give it a shot on your own. But how we build our products is just as important as how the products actually perform. Security, paramount. The UI has to be above par. We don't do satisfactory at Floki. We don't do okay at Floki. That's not in our vocabulary. If we cannot make things better and exceed expectations of what people want today, we miss the mark. And everything that we do has that Floki touch. Our roadmap is always moving, always robust, so you should always expect the very best, because our community deserves nothing less than the very best. So I've been really trying to focus in on how much utility is out there that you may not be aware of. But just within our project alone, I've showed you several. The next is the most innovative token locker solution in the world, called FlokiFi Token Locker. Why is this so innovative for a protocol of this size? Well, number one, it's the only one of its size that adheres to the ERC 1155 standard. And this is critical because it allows you to lock both fungible and non-fungible assets, as well as multiple digital assets via batch locking, which you could do all in one transaction, as opposed to doing one for non-fungible, one for fungible, and for additional token classes. Why pay 3 fees when you could do it all in one? Again, our view of how blockchain should be is not the way that blockchain is. Instead of complaining, you want to be able to be part of the solution. And if you're wondering, well, what else makes FlokiFi so special? Again, we need probably half a day to go through it. But for the sake of time, previously, if you wanted to lock your LP, for those uninitiated, if you're starting a crypto project, to show your community that security is important to you, you want to make sure that your liquidity pool is locked, right? And you can show proof of that on the chain. Previously, you could only lock your LP for a couple hundred years. Now that may seem, a long time for us that are here right now, sweating, enjoying this incredible presentation. But we wanted to make sure that if you were a developer, you had the choice to select how long you wanted your LP to be locked. So we would remove the previous constraints found in token locker solutions. If you choose, you now have the option to lock your LP 100 billion years, 200 billion, 500, I mean, you name it, you can do it. Now, is that pure ceremony for a developer and a project to do that? Maybe, but it just shows you that that money is safe for pretty much almost forever, you can say. Anybody that wants to know more, I'll be here after, because there's tons of stuff that this protocol does. Mind you, it supports over 15 chains. Good luck finding another token locker solution that could do the same. Now, as we only have time to cover some of our utility offerings, very, very proud to bring to your attention TokenFi on the screen. TokenFi is an all-in-one crypto token and RWA tokenization module that you can utilize on your phone, and with a couple of clicks, you could create your own token, you could seed funding, you can connect with market makers and thought leaders from all over the world, you could tokenize RWA assets, you can get your smart contract audited by AI. Yeah, we do that. Again, do you really need all these things? Maybe not for most people, but we build the tools that you may want to use. Again, we don't wait for innovation. We make it. Now, as I've been sharing my experiences with Floki and all the hard work that we put into it, we've demonstrated a certain level of competence that you would see in a Fortune 100 company. The resolve that's needed to push through all these bad times in the market. We continue to build, continue to innovate. You've achieved Memecoin history. We're the first CTO. We were the first project to launch a sister project on the metaverse. There's many things that we do. And we're not here to harp on all the things that we've done. It's important for you to hear this from an objective third party, right? It's okay if you're skeptical, if you question my objectivity. So let's go to a very trusted third party. On the screen you will see slides directly from the presentation of the CFTC, which is the Commodity Futures Trading Commission. And they have a subcommittee, which is the GMAC, which is the Global Markets Advisory Committee. And they look at how to keep consumers safe, securities, treasuries, equities, stocks. So why am I bringing this up now? Because they did a report on digital assets focused on utility tokens. Now, they could have picked any token in the world. If I could direct your eyes to the screen, first project they picked with ETH. I think Ethereum has earned that right. Second project was Avalanche. If you look at the highlighted section, you'll see that they look at Floki as a utility token. As a perfect example of what a utility token should be and is. Don't take my word for it. This is all public information that you can see for yourself. We've demonstrated utility. We've obviously experienced innovation. But what happens when you fuse this together with partnerships? I'd like to show you our vision at Floki of what not tomorrow brings, but what we have for you today. Next video, please.
Meet the Floki minibot M1, the world's first Web3-enabled physical AI companion.
Hey Floki, follow me to the kitchen.
Floki listens, analyzes, and responds with precision.
Coming, legend, nothing can stop me.
Floki can see, listen, speak, and navigate with the skill of a true Viking, all powered by the NVIDIA Jetson nanocomputer. Each Floki is connected to RICE, a decentralized robotics data sharing protocol that accelerates AGI for robotics. What makes Floki a true Viking is how it loots, collecting valuable data through every interaction. As a bonus, owners are rewarded with RICE tokens for their interactions.
Watch how I prepare the perfect pasta, Floki.
Looks delicious, legend. Don't forget to use fresh basil at the end.
Floki, let me walk you through my nightly skincare routine.
Got it. So hydration masks before bed are your secret to glowing skin. Want me to set a reminder for tomorrow?
Floki, stop. It's dangerous over there.
Oops, sorry. I'll stay away from that area. Safety first.
The more you interact, the more you earn. Get your own Floki minibot M1 now to join the Web3 robotics revolution. Floki minibot M1. Don't miss out on the next wave of physical AI.
So I hope that got you excited. And I've gone over time, right? So sorry about that, but this is a wonderful crowd and you guys deserve, right? everything that we have to offer at Floki. Now, that's a wonderful video, an incredible presentation.
It's not just a digital representation. I would like to show you the world's first publicly announced mini AI robot. We're not inside, we're not in the AC, but I guarantee you this, there's not innovation like this being shown in there. So you're rewarded for being out here in the heat. I want you to understand how big of a move this is. This is a wonderful partnership with Rice AI, backed by Rice Robotics, one of the leading AI robotics startups in the world, with partnerships with NVIDIA and SoftBank, 7-Eleven, to name a few. Thank you so much for your time. If you want to see the robot and learn more, we'll be over here on the right. Thank you so very much. I appreciate your time. And we don't think about innovation, we make it. Thank you. Appreciate it.